This episode is proudly sponsored by BP Me Rewards. Welcome to the Q&Q edition of the Soccer A to Z, the AZ. On this week's show, we do both questions and obviously a quiz. This week, we've been talking about the letter K. This week, though, it's a special. Ooh. We've got a special going on. I'll tell you about that in a minute. But first, all the team are here today. We have Helen. Hello, Helen.
Hello.
Robbie.
Hello.
Joe's here.
Hello.
And Tubes.
Hi.
Why is it special, you ask?
Why is it special, Tim?
I will tell you. Today we have a rugby special of the Unfair Football Quiz. Yeah, our competitors are stars of TNT Rugby, Ugo Monye and Emily Scarratt. We'll be talking to them and they're taking part. We're doing a bit of a promo about the rugby, but it's a good chance to talk about rugby and talk to rugby players. I think it'll be good. Yeah. So stay tuned for that. And then after the quiz, we'll have What's Right with Football and anything but football. But Helen has some questions for us.
Yeah, I do. Dan's House of Music says, which Premier League player do you guys think was... Now, he has used the word criminally underrated, but let's say who was underrated.
I've got one.
Don't say Cole Palmer.
No, he's not. He's brilliant.
Yeah.
He's brilliant. I think it's Peter Crouch, because I think Peter Crouch, people kept having a go at him. And they would say he's not very good with his head, and he'd be scoring headers everywhere. Yeah. And then they would say, when he played for England or Liverpool, he doesn't score against the big teams, and then he scored against the big teams. And I think he just scored for fun. He was brilliant. That volley he scored that time was. Do you remember the volley?
Stoke against Man City.
It was like a Brazilian.
Unbelievable.
But because of the way he looked, which is long, I think people critiqued him and said he wasn't. If he looked like Messi or, I don't know, Zizou or Ronaldo, everyone would have gone, he's the best player ever.
He's in the Premier League 100 club.
Yeah, he's unbelievable. Yeah, unbelievably good player. And
that's
as we all know,
underrated.
He's a bloody brilliant bloke as well. He's always funny, always great to be around. His podcast's fantastic.
Yeah.
Anyone got any others?
I wouldn't say he's underrated, but I tell you, I think he's absolutely brilliant. Is Son Heung-min.
Yeah.
He was kind of always in Kane's shadow, wasn't he? But he's so good. He's such a brilliant footballer, and obviously like a great fella as well. He's always smiling. Everyone loves him. Brilliant.
Yeah, you're right there. Yeah.
I'm gonna throw a bit of a curveball in here.
Oh.
I'm gonna give you Brad Friedel.
Wow, that is a massive curveball,
isn't it? Especially Brad Friedel at Blackburn Rovers.
Yeah, go on.
Because he spent nearly 20 years in the Premier League. He is not spoken about in the same breath as the other famous goalkeepers of that era. I think Brad Friedel was probably worth a good 12, 15 points at Blackburn Rovers a season.
That's a great shout.
Am I wrong?
Very good shout.
It all went quiet and I thought, I got that wrong.
No, that's a curveball that I didn't see coming. It was very good.
And that can't be beaten, I don't think. No. So I'm going to keep stum.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's very good. Another question?
Poggy Mac, if Soccer AM was on for one last show, who would be the dream 3 or 4 guests? But there's some brackets here. No Palmer.
No Cohen?
Carl.
Can we not have Palmer?
Yeah.
Palmer's number 1.
Yeah, cold.
Do you know what?
I mean, come on, no, it's Jack Grealish, isn't it? Is we'd love to have had Jack Grealish on that segment.
What about if we went with celebrities? We have to say who are the celebrities always delivered, right? Noel Gallagher, 100% always delivered. When he was on our show, he never didn't deliver. Ray Winston.
Gaza.
Always delivered. Gaza was good, but he didn't come on that often. Once or twice, didn't he?
I think he was like 3 or 4 times, maybe.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You'd have to have Noel and Liam, wouldn't you?
Liam never came on.
Yeah, I know, but because of the reunion, if we were doing it like next week, you'd like to get them both on.
I always thought Manny delivered.
Manny was great.
I know I'm going down the Manchester thing, but Manny was always funny, and he always came on and delivered. Yeah.
Probably, if we're doing that, then probably Razor and McAteer.
Yeah.
That duo.
Robbie Savage was always good.
Savage, and Fowler. Come on,
Fowler.
Fowler was number 1 footballer. Yeah. So if we're going old school, they're all the ones, aren't they? I suppose. We could just keep listing them because there's so many great guests on our show. Yeah. These days, though, you're right. Grealish has to be Grealish, right up there. And I think
Declan Rice.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Yeah. We played darts with him.
What about celebrity wise? I think Harry Styles would be a laugh.
Yeah.
And you could probably get him because he'd probably want to do it. Ed Sheeran, he'd be probably good fun to be on. I've interviewed him a few times. He's a laugh. So, yeah.
Definitely.
I've interviewed him on the show I do, Joe. It's called Sunday Brunch on Sundays. Really good show.
Oh, yeah. What's that about?
Has, it's cooking on it, and it has some celebrity and has some music.
When's it on?
It's really good Sunday mornings between 9:30 and 12:30. It's 3 hours. You can't miss it. Helen.
Chris Jenkins, I've just watched an old part of Soccer AM of Robbie learning to ride a bike.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, is that on the internet?
I mean, it's
I didn't know that was on the internet.
watch the whole bit of Soccer AM.
Brilliant.
You could show your
Robbie
kids; they'd be really proud of you.
Yeah, they would.
But the,
Quite embarrassing. Less embarrassing than falling over running.
That was because we all did a biathlon, didn't we?
Yeah.
In where was it?
Richmond Park.
Yeah.
We had to do running and cycling.
They called it a duathlon.
A duathlon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only fell over 8 times riding that.
I stayed with you, didn't I?
Yeah, you stayed with it because you couldn't. At the time, you couldn't do the running.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do the bike.
Because I was a big
How did
fat
you not?
mess.
How did you not learn? How did you not learn to ride a bike?
I did learn to ride a bike a little bit, and then but I lived on a hill, and it was like, it seems quite
brilliant.
bit of a hassle. So I just didn't really do it for years, and then I learned a bit then, and I've tried it again since. I can't do it again because
So it's
people
not
say
like
no, it's not like riding a bike.
No.
I reckon if I just spent a couple of hours, I could do it. Because Tubes taught me how to do it in the car park at Sky, and it wasn't that bad. But I did at one point. I did ride into a bin on the duathlon. Tubes had to pick me up.
Anyone fancy a quiz? A special quiz?
Yes, please.
Okay, here you go. Welcome to the Unfair Football Quiz. It's unfair because football is unfair. Before I tell you about the quiz, let's meet our two competitors. TNT Sports is where you can watch every match of the Autumn Nation Series. It's also where you'll find every game of this season's Gallagher Premiership, which is set to return on Friday the 29th of November. And TNT Sports is the home of Premiership Women's Rugby with over 20 live matches available this season. You might ask why I read that. Well, to promote this...
Why did you read that?
Well, I'll tell you why. To promote this, TNT said, would you like a couple of rugby legends? And we said yes. So they're going to be our competitors today on the Unfair Football Quiz. Let's speak to Loughborough Lightning and England's Emily Scarratt and the one and only Ugo Monye. Good morning, guys. How are you?
Morning.
Good morning.
Ugo, we're just admiring your moustache there. You look amazing. Lovely. It suits you. Do you like it?
I don't mind the face art. My kids don't. My kids don't. But it is for a good cause. I'm raising it. I'm growing it to raise awareness for November, trying to raise some funds. So I've got another what am I looking at? 12 days, and then I can go back to normality.
Wonderful. Actually, Ugo, just tell us first of all about the rugby on TNT. You've been working there for quite a long time now. Well, it was BT Sport, wasn't it, when you started working there? Tell us about what we can look forward to.
It's nuts, especially this month of November. It's crazy. So whether it's Gallagher Premiership, as you mentioned, domestic league, PWR, which is the women's domestic league, and arguably the best league on the planet. But the centrepiece of all of it is the Autumn Nation Series. It's the only time this year where we get the two hemispheres to collide. So we get the big dogs, South Africa, New Zealand and Australia come up here, and we get the best teams and the best players, 21 matches across 4 weekends, all live and exclusive on TNT. It's been insanely good. It's been quality to be there. From an English perspective, been disappointing, but every game's been a good one.
Ugo, how come they keep beating us?
Every game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, we don't even have enough time to get into it. You know what? It's one of those. At the elite end of sport, we only look at results, don't we? But I've got to say, when you scratch the surface, some of the performances have been good, but obviously just not quite good enough. A width of a post against Australia, we win that game. Against New Zealand, we catch a restart in the 80th minute against Australia, win that. We could be 2 from 3 and going, we're great, but at the moment we're not. But got Japan this weekend. We'll see how we get on.
Emily, you're still playing. What's your involvement with TNT?
Yeah, so I've kind of come on board in the last couple of years as an additional pundit and commentator. I'm still playing the game, but definitely entering the latter years of my career. So just trying to look at other ways of staying involved in the game. And yeah, obviously with PWR, which is the women's domestic league in the country, being on TNT as well, it's kind of an awesome way to showcase that, get involved, and yeah, just kind of just love staying in the game, to be fair.
I read something horrific about you. That you were offered a US basketball scholarship but turned it down. If that is true, I don't know what to make of that. Why on earth would anyone turn that down? Is that true?
Do you know what? As I was I'm training at Loughborough, walking into Loughborough this morning, and there was snow. We're covered in snow up in the Midlands. I really question why I didn't pick an indoor sport. That was a long time ago. I just love playing loads of sports. Rugby kind of stole my heart a little bit, but I'm definitely glad I made that decision.
Hang on a minute, like we get loads of stick for saying, "Oh, we could have made it in the football world," like, and you're trying to give it large.
Ugo, your mate Danny says every single rugby player is a failed footballer.
Fact.
Fact.
It's a fact. It's a fact. Honestly, you could get any rugby player on the show and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I had trials at this, I had trials at that," and because do you know what annoys me is I meet loads of supporters at games and this and that, and it's like, "Oh yeah, I played rugby, I could have made it, but if not for talent and the ACL injury," do you know what I mean? We've got to stop talking about the things that we could have really done but never did.
Sob stories.
Though in fairness, I trained with Quins once with
them?
Yeah, with Bill Carling
Trials?
for a Guinness thing. And I've got to say, all the boys from the Southern Hemisphere were absolutely hopeless at football, but all the Northern Hemisphere boys, A, were rapid, and B, had a lot of skills down there. I was very impressed. But when I played rugby with them, it hurt.
Yes. Yeah, it would have done.
It's the thing. Emily, I mean, you are a World Cup winner. I mean, come on.
Yeah. There you go.
2014 World Cup winner. Where do you keep your medal?
Do you know, it's such a good question. I actually think it's just in a bag for life in a cupboard at the moment.
Seriously?
I know.
Seriously?
I know. It's bad, isn't it? I'm not great with all that memorabilia stuff. It's one of those things. Maybe once I've retired and you reflect back, you might, I don't know, put stuff on walls and mounts a bit better. But
slap it in the
I know.
That's awesome.
It's safe though.
Yeah.
I am not now. I'm also not sure if I would call a World Cup winners medal memorabilia.
Yeah, true. Sorry, yeah. It's one of those things. I've obviously been super fortunate across my career to collect a few medals and shirts and caps and things that are really important to you, but I just don't know what to do with them. And I think maybe one day it'll come a time where you want to do something with it, but for now they're all safe in my bag for life.
Right.
Skaz would need a massive house if she just to be able to house everything. She's been super humble. She's won a World Cup. She's got 100 caps for England.
Amazing.
She was World Player of the Year in 2019. She'll probably win another World Cup next year. Like, you've completed it 10 times over. Don't know how many Grand Slams you've won. Like, yeah, you make a mockery of the short career I had.
That's why it's a bag for life and not a plastic bag.
Good. Up the bag for life.
Just one more question before we get on with the quiz. During the Olympics, I ended up watching quite a lot of the rugby sevens, and it looks like the most painful sport ever to play. It's absolutely exhausting, the amount of. Were either of you two any good at sevens? And how hard is it?
I played it. Skaz played it as well. You went to Rio 2016, didn't you?
Yeah, I went to 2016 Olympics and the 2018 Commonwealth Games playing sevens. And you're right, it is brutal. It's one of arguably the toughest sport out there. It's just in terms of, obviously, you're playing on the same size pitch. You've got half the amount of people and you're just basically legging it the entire time. But yeah, you were in Paris, weren't you, this last summer?
I covered it at the Olympics, and it's absolutely phenomenal. I think sevens players are some of the best athletes on the planet. In terms of the game of rugby, you have to be really fast, really strong. You've got to be agile, got to have a decent engine. It's like asking Usain Bolt to be like good at the 800 meters. Right. Like, it's going to be really difficult. I played at the start of my career when I was a lot younger, maybe 10 kilograms lighter, and I had a bit more talent. But it's a phenomenal sport.
Do you know what? You know when you watch sport on TV, every sport you watch, you think, oh, I'd like to give that a go. When you watch Sevens, you go, not a chance.
No, definitely not be giving that a go.
Like after 30 seconds, it looks painful.
Yeah.
And you're
Well,
like, Jesus Christ. Right, let's get on with this game then. Are you two ready?
Yes.
Ready.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you the laws of the game first. This week on the AZ, our featured letter was K, so all the questions will be about the letter K. There are 11 questions because there are 11 players on a football team. One of you will get 6 questions and one of you will get only 5. It is unfair, but as we all know,
Football is unfair.
Yes, this week Ugo will get 6 questions as Arsenal are higher in the league table than Leicester. This is not fair, but as we all know, football is not fair. Are Arsenal going to win the league, Ugo?
No.
That is punditry at its finest.
Yeah, we got the job, can't you?
Yeah.
Tune into TNT. Will England beat Japan? Yes.
Yes, thank you, Hugo.
There's something else too. You get one joker you can use to answer a question, but you can only use the joker once. We have a full set of jokers in the studio this week. We've got Tubes, Joe and Robbie. Finally, at the end of the quiz, guys, there will be a penalty shootout, and I'll explain that when we get there, but we're being strict on that. Well, I'm not sure how strict we'll be today, but we are being strict. We are all supporting Emily, of course. You are both getting a much sought after bucket hat for taking part, so that's exciting for you, isn't it? You get your bucket hat, you can wear it on team.
Straight in the bag for life.
Helen is keeping score and her word is final. So Ugo, you support Arsenal and Emily supports Leicester. What do you think of Leicester? Do you ever go and watch them, Emily, before we get on with the quiz?
Occasionally, yeah. I mean, probably memories more from the old kind of Filbert Street days rather than more recently.
Oh,
but obviously I was the biggest fan in the world in 2016, as the whole of the city was.
That was unbelievable, wasn't it?
You still look back at that now, it's incredible.
Yeah.
And Jamie Vardy is also unbelievable.
Yeah.
What a dream.
What a player.
Both of those
What a
things
player.
are absolutely incredible. Right, let's start this then. So the first question goes to Ugo. K is for kits. There are 4 teams that play in claret and blue. Name 3 of them.
Great question.
Burnley,
Yeah.
claret and blue. Burnley is 1. And there's another 3, but you want 2. West Ham
Yeah.
West Ham, yeah. That's good. That's 2. One more.
came alive then, didn't I?
Suddenly came
And-
to you. And of course, the team that invented it are.
So no. we had a kit that was claret. Thierry Henry used to wear it. I remember.
No,
the
it's got to be
03
it's got to be the first kit, you know.
the first kit. Okay,
You can ask one of the jokes if you want. I can't help you on this. It's too easy.
Oh gosh, but this is my joke. Ugh.
You can use your joker if you want, but this is too easy. Honestly, it's one of the biggest teams in the country.
Claret and blue.
Yeah.
Claret and blue.
I'm
Claret
not
and...
going to time out.
Do you think we should time him out?
I think so.
No.
I think it's time.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
You're
Yeah,
You're timed out, and you're going to hate yourself for this. It's Aston Villa or Scunthorpe. Villa. The Villa. He's holding.
Devastated.
He's holding his mouth.
You went Burnley first.
Yeah,
I
Burnley
thought,
was
I've
good,
got
right?
this.
Yeah.
Got that.
Oh my gosh.
Because everybody goes West Ham, Villa, and then
And then Scunthorpe, yeah, or someone.
Right. So
Emily, K is
No
for
point.
Kits II. Kettering Town Football Club became the first British club to have sponsors' names on their shirts in 1976. But who were the sponsors? Was it A, Rothmans, B, Kettering Tyres, or C, Weetabix? I'm not sure the jokers will know this, so you might have to. Yeah, I think you might be better just to take a guess if I'm asking. If I'm
In what was the year, sorry?
19.
Oh, 'cause that's gonna help.
Yeah. 1976, but I suppose it
It might have been
might have been
it might have been before Weetabix were, big. You
Yeah.
never know. I was just trying to, add some layers to this.
Big
that
context.
is 1976. So it's Rothmans A, Kettering Tyres B, or Weetabix. Which one are you going?
I'm going to go Weetabix because it's the only brand I'm super familiar with.
It is wrong.
No,
Anyone
say
else
no.
know what it is?
Got to be Kettering Tyres.
Rothmans.
Yeah,
Kettering
no, it's
Tyres.
Kettering Tyres. It's Kettering Tyres. Yeah, they play with the
I
sponsor.
thought that was too obvious.
Well, there you go.
It's our level here.
Yeah. They played versus Bath City, and they signed
I did get Aston Villa though.
Did you? You could have got that one.
I might give you half a point for that.
The Football Association banned it immediately in 1976, and then they said they couldn't have it on their shirts. But then shirt sponsorship was eventually legalised when the English came in 1977. So there's some good facts for you. Right, Ugo, question number 3. K is for Keegan. Kevin Keegan, as a player, moved from Liverpool to Germany and went on to win the Ballon d'Or twice in 78 and 79. But who did he play for in the Bundesliga? Is it A, Bayern Munich, B, Hamburg, or C, Borussia Mönchengladbach?
Borussia, Hamburg, or Bayern?
Yeah. Who did he play for?
I'm going to say Borussia.
It is in fact Hamburg. Oh. You do know you've got jokers you can use. You can use one of these guys if you don't know it. Okay, you only used it once. He moved to Hamburg in the summer of '77, although he got a transfer agreement of £500,000. He told ITV at the time that his annual salary in the final season at Liverpool was 22 grand, where at Hamburg £122,000. I also heard the other day that he moved because at the time the Labour government had put 80p in the pound tax or something. Was that right? 80p in the pound? No, so that's one of the reasons. Emily, question 4. Kevin Keegan, Kevin Keegan, as a manager, stepped down from his role as England manager in October 2000 after England lost at Wembley in the rain. But who did we lose to that day? Was it A, Spain, B, Germany, or C, France? I remind you, you've got a joke here. If you don't know, you could ask one of these guys and take the lead.
Okay, let's use it. I would have said Germany, I reckon.
What do you want to do?
Is that your answer?
Is that your answer, or do you want to go for...
I want to use the Joker if that's not right.
You know why she's a World Cup winner?
Yeah.
Because she wants to win. Are you going with Germany, or do you want to use a Joker, Emily?
I'll use the Joker.
Okay, which one?
I'd say not me.
I recommend not going
not
for
me.
Robbie because he likes Scotland. Joe or Tubes? Who do you want to go with?
Let's go with Tubes.
It was Germany.
Oh, you wasted your Joker, Emily.
Yeah, Dietmar man.
Oh, yeah.
I remember it well. Yeah.
Sorry, Emma.
Oh, mad.
Oh, no. Ugo, you got a really tough one here.
Brilliant.
K is for Kevin Phillips. He won promotion to the Premier League with 5 different clubs. That is incredible.
Wow.
Can you name 2 of them?
Sunderland being one.
Yes. Kevin Phillips. You can use your Joker if you want.
Okay, I'm going to use... I'm not going to get the second one. It's just going to be a guess. So,
Okay.
Tubes, can you help me out on this? I've given you half the answer. Come on.
Kevin Phillips.
Yeah.
Say the question again.
Got promoted with 5 different clubs. Can you name another one after Sunderland? You can't think who he played for, can you?
No, I think
He didn't.
five
He
different
didn't.
clubs.
He didn't play at Skaz's club, Leicester, did he? He'd normally play for like a budget team like that, wouldn't he?
Is that what you want to go for?
Do you know what? Yes.
Yes, you've got it right. Yes, you've got it right. You've
Come
wasted
on.
your Joker.
I'm so sorry.
Tubes, you let him down.
Massively. Who was the other?
Was he West Brom?
Yeah, West Brom.
West Brom.
What other one I remember?
I just think Kevin Phillips. I just think Sunderland.
Birmingham,
Yeah.
Watford.
Palace. It was Sunderland, West Brom, Birmingham, Palace, and Leicester.
Wow.
There you go.
Oh, I should have backed myself.
Ugo, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
pal.
Ugo.
It's all right.
Emily, K is for Kenilworth Road. Which club calls Kenilworth Road home?
What are you?
No, hands over the face because I feel like I actually should know this question. Whereas a sponsor on a shirt, I definitely don't know. Oh no.
Emily, for God's sake, listen. Luton.
Is it Luton?
Ugo's fuming.
Ugo's face. Absolutely not having it.
Sorry about that.
He's biting his tongue so well, isn't he?
It is Luton. The most striking feature is the Oak Road stand entrance. We all saw it. It's embedded in houses, isn't it?
Unbelievable.
Right,
Yes.
terrace houses. You have to walk through it.
That's a nasty cold you're getting there, Hells. You need to.
I was just thinking Luton works really well as a sneeze or a cough. Luton.
That's probably why they named it.
Luton. Right, Ugo. K's for knighted. There have been 16 football managers or players knighted. You have to name 3 of them. I reckon you'll get this. If you just think of the big names, you'll get them.
Manager.
Sir Bobby Robson,
Yes, correct.
Sir Kenny Dalglish.
Yes, correct. That's 2.
I'm always quick out the traps.
There's such an obvious one.
And Aston Villa.
Like,
Sir Bobby Robson, Sir Kenny Dalglish, Sir.
I don't think this one's going to work well.
Come on, Ugo. You were a captain on Question of Sport. You've got this, mate.
I know. Sir Bobby Robson, Sir Kenny Dalglish, Sir.
Just got
one of
it.
the most famous managers the Premier League's ever seen.
Why are you helping him? That's not. That's teamwork.
Sorry.
They're
Very
TNT
nice.
teamwork.
Oh,
there.
hang on. Has it been nice? Alex Ferguson?
Yes. Well done.
Sir Alex.
That's good. Yeah, I'll tell you the full list here. Sir Trevor Brooking, Sir Matt Busby, Sir Bobby Charlton, Charles Clegg. I don't know Charles Clegg, do you? No. Kenny Dalglish.
Pleggy.
Alex Ferguson, Tom Finney, Jeff Hurst, Stanley Matthews, Bert Millerchip. Pele got an honorary knighthood. Alf Ramsey.
Pele.
Woke
Sir
nonsense.
Pele.
That is what
Dave Richards. I'm not sure about him. Stanley Rowson, Walter Winterbottom. Have you got? You two must have been awarded MBEs or CBEs or something. Emily, have you got some title?
In that
I've got an MBE, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it in the bag for that?
Yeah. I'm not even joking, it is, yeah.
that is awesome.
Ugo, have you got something yet?
No, got a few GCSEs.
Emily, K is for spelling. Okay.
Good.
K is for spelling K. In the English language, in the English Football League, there are 6 clubs that have the letter K in their name. You've got to name 3 of them. Okay, so there's 3 teams in the Football League. That's all the 4 divisions that have the letter K in their name. Have you used your joker yet? You have, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, both have, yeah.
Yeah. So.
MK Dons?
Yeah.
Oh, very good, very
Go
good.
on.
Quick and good. When you've got them written in front of you like I have, it's really easy.
Yeah.
Have you got them, guys?
Okay. Can't even think of places begin with a K in.
I'm going to have to rush you, Emily.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to.
We're going to have to time.
I got timed out.
Yeah.
Strictly Come Dancing.
Oh, that's a clue.
Oh,
Emily, I'm going to have to.
no.
Blackpool.
Oh, da-da-da-da-da.
There's a lot of cheating going on. There's a lot of anti-Ugo stuff going on here. I think I'm going to have
Yeah, that might be a lot.
to say, anyone else got
Well,
any?
you're halfway there. You've got
There's another
Blackpool.
black, isn't there?
Well,
There's another black place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got Queen's Park Rangers.
yeah.
Yeah.
Blackburn.
Yeah.
Blackburn.
Too late, though. Too
sorry.
late.
Too late.
Helen, you're not giving her a
Too
point
late.
there, are you? Come on.
No.
Helen.
Maybe a half.
Oh,
No, you can't. We don't
Maybe
do
a half.
halves. Don't do halves.
Yeah.
I do.
Stoke City and Stockport County.
Kettering.
Oh, of course.
Carry on in.
No, not.
Yeah, Giddy Harriers.
Ugo K is for kids. Dennis Wise invented kids when he took his son up with him to collect the FA Cup trophy in 2000.
Henry, wasn't it?
Charlie, I think.
Oh, was that? Oh, I'm sorry.
What was his son's name?
Oh, God.
Was it A? I'm not sure I can give you. I'm not. Did you hear all that, Ugo? Because I'm not
You
sure. I
weren't
can,
listening.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of irrelevant. It's like A, B, or C.
is it A. Luca, B. Charlie, or C. Henry? There you go. I've changed it. you got to decide who's right there, Joe or Tubes. Guys, you need to keep your mouth
sorry,
shut.
I'm
You're giving
sorry.
away the thing.
Luca, Charlie, Henry.
Or Henry, yeah. Do you
Oh,
hang-
I heard one name being shouted out.
Which one did you hear?
I heard a Henry, but then. I mean,
Ugo,
I'm thinking.
are you friends with many footballers? Because the rugby players and ballers used to hang out years ago. Do you still hang out, you lot, or not?
Yeah. I know a few of the current players and a couple of the former players / managers now. I love it. I find it so interesting. I think football managers and football players are really interested in the culture that rugby players have.
Yeah.
Because it seems to be like a level playing field, less of an ego, but which I think is fairly common. And we're fascinated in footballers to just the scale of it and the popularity. We would love to have the fan base that football has.
The only thing is, though, sorry, go on, Helen.
Sorry, Tim. What I find fascinating about the life of a rugby player is you guys, more often than not, spend your entire career at one club, whereas you can have footballers that have gone to 11, 12 different clubs. So different.
Yeah, I spent my whole career at Harlequins, and it's one of the things I'm most proud about, actually. Transfer movement is not as common, and actually you kind of get the feeling the moment you get a decent offer, and I know it's a bit different now with financial fair play and everything else, but the minute you get an offer, it might not even be your decision to stay or to leave. It could just be the club's like, right, we've got to balance the books.
Yeah.
You're off. And you're like, well, my kids have been going to this school for 5 years. Like, not irrelevant. You're off to Spain. What? It's mad.
Yeah. And the other thing which must be quite tough is when you look at the English internationals, they're absolutely huge. And yet the amount the footballers get paid is phenomenal, isn't it? They only need to work a year and they can retire on that, if the Premier League ones I'm talking about. So it must be quite a tough thing to watch the amount of, how high.
I love it. I'm like, if footballers want to get paid 400 grand a week, brilliant, thrilled for you. Like, I tell you what, because if you give anyone 300 or 400 grand a week and it doesn't change you, then you're a better person than me. Also, half of that money you probably need just in rehab for all the abuse that they get on social, in the stadiums. It's everything that comes with that fortune. So fair play to them. Anyway, Luca, Henry or
Charlie, which one are you going for?
Why do I think for some reason it's Luca? I know he played with Gianluca Vialli. I'm kind of thinking maybe it's that, but I don't know. That would be my left field choice. I'm going to go Luca. There you go.
It's actually Henry. You should have listened to Tubes because he knows. He played for Watford and the New York Red Bulls. So there you go. Emily, K is for knowing your stadiums. One Premier League club stadium begins with the letter K. Name the club and their ground. Tubes, don't shout out, please. Robbie, don't shout out.
Oh, my gosh.
Is it that simple?
Don't know.
No, we've got to put a clock on this. This is a joke, actually.
All I've got in my head is a rugby stadium, which is not going to help.
Which one?
Kingston Park.
No, it's not.
Oh, never mind.
That one.
Should we time her out?
I think Ugo, you're correct. We're gonna have to time her out.
Okay. She's talking about King's Power.
Yay! King Power Stadium, Leicester City.
Your team.
Your team.
It's Aston Villa all over again. She's holding.
That's why he was so keen to push the time. Oh no, that's embarrassing.
Okay, Ugo. K is for kickoff delay. Manchester City delayed kickoff 22 times over the last 2 seasons. How much did the Premier League fine them for this? Before I give you your A, B, and C, is this a tactic? Do you think Pep uses because he sometimes comes out before? It's a lot of them is second half. Do you think he does it to keep player? You know about psychology of sport. Do you think that's what he's
100%? 100%. 22 times. That's not. Do you know what I mean? There's a pattern there.
The maximum, I think he did 3 minutes 51 seconds against Newcastle. So I don't know. Is that a long time to wait? I mean, I suppose when you're supposed to come out, aren't you? So there you go. Did you use tactics like that in rugby? Do you use tactics like that, Ugo and Emily?
Sometimes there's always that bit where it's like, we're not going out first. Like, we'll go out after they've gone out. We'll make them wait. There's always that saying, like, we'll make them wait. Especially, like, in the depths of winter when it's cold, it's a bit rank. And if the team's gone out early and then they're just stood there freezing, coaches like that sometimes.
Sorry.
Go on, carry on, Ugo.
The only time where I delayed anything was in my last ever game of professional rugby. It was for Harlequins who played against Bath at home. And
how long was it?
It took me 88 seconds to get off the pitch.
That's cool. That's
Thanking everyone.
The thing I don't get right about rugby is when you play the All Blacks, you're made to stand there and watch that haka, and you've got to go and play them. And I know it's beautiful for the fans. I know it's beautiful for everybody. But as the oppo, don't you just want to like ignore it, turn your back on it, or I know the England team are supposed to front it out and just stand there and stuff, but surely that respect thing is a bit weird. It's a bit one-sided, isn't it?
I love it. I absolutely love it. The All Blacks played against France at the weekend at the Stade de France. And we say sport is entertainment, and it was sporting theatre. It was stunning. They blacked out the Stade de France, spotlighted the haka, spotlighted the French national team, and it was just the lights on people's phones. Google it to search.
Oh, no, it's amazing. Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
It was stunning. What I don't like in sport, and what I think should be banned across every sport, is, and nothing against royalty, but we see whether it is the Princess Anne or the Irish president, when they come out to meet and greet the players, it's the most boring bit of the whole day. No one wants to watch 5 or 6 minutes of a president, a prime minister, or someone from the royal family shaking hands awkwardly, speaking to the opposition when they obviously don't know who they are.
They should,
6 minutes.
They should bring out Tom Hanks or Tom Cruise or Denzel Washington. Everyone would go, yeah, or Tom Brady. Oh, legend.
This is why you've not got an MBE, isn't it? Things like that.
Yeah. Exactly.
Brilliant.
Well,
Robbie. Excellent.
Robbie.
Right, case for kickoff. Man City delayed the kickoff 22 times over 2 seasons. How much did the Premier League fine them for this? Is it A, 100k, B, 2 million, C, 8 million? I mean, it's the Premier League, isn't it? Could be any of those. Is it 100k, 2 million, or 8 million? Premier League.
100 grand.
It's 2 million. It's 2 million. Yeah, 2 million. That's the end of the quiz for the first part of the quiz. Helen, can you tell us what the scores on the doors are, please?
Okay, I can. So Ugo had 6 questions and Emily had 5. Ugo got 2 right, so his score is 2.
2, yeah.
Now, Emily also got 2 right, but I did give Emily half a point for picking Aston Villa out of the Claret Blueprint. But wait, I then withdrew the half a point for not knowing the King Power Stadium.
Yes, that's fair. That's fair.
That's fair.
2-2.
Emily has 2. It's 2-2.
Oh my God, that's amazing, isn't it? That's really set it up for the second part. This is the world's best quiz, and he's only gone and delivered again. I'm going to ask you to name something, and you take it in terms. I've got to be strict. You're going to go quickly between each other. We're going to start with Ugo because it's unfair, okay? And then we're going to go backwards and forwards between the two of you and see who can. As soon as you're out, but the other one can carry on, okay, to get more scores. Okay, not including Claret, name teams with red or red and white kits in the English football leagues. Go, Ugo.
Sunderland.
Correct.
Arsenal.
Correct.
United.
Correct. Emily.
Yep.
Emily. Oh,
What was the first? Sorry, what was the first part of the question? Not regarding who?
Claret. Come on.
Red or white?
Red or white? Come on, teams playing red and white.
What about Bournemouth? They play in red and black. Will that do?
Yeah, Bournemouth's good. Yeah.
Bournemouth.
Brentford.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Emily. We're going to have to put you out of your misery.
Sheffield United.
Sheffield United.
Yeah, Ugo's on fire here.
Liverpool.
You're too late. You're out. Sheffield United. Ugo, have you got any more?
No.
Have you got any more? Has anyone else got any?
Nottingham Forest. I'm on a roll now.
Stoke City.
Too late.
Oh,
Southampton.
do you mean like
Southampton, yeah.
it's amazing how better we perform when the pressure's off. So as you're out the game and then now they come in.
I've got to say, Ugo, you're the winner today.
Well done, Ugo.
Congratulations. There you go.
What a quiz.
What a quiz, though. Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us. When you both next on TNT, Ugo?
Friday night, France against Argentina. That's going to be belting. And then Saturday, Italy against New Zealand, which there'll just be lots of tries. Quite one-sided, I'd imagine. Skaz, what are you doing?
That would be awesome. Yeah, I won't be going back on TNT until the big game at Christmas on the 28th of December, which is a double header with PWR and the men's Prem. So yeah, looking forward to that. But I will be playing myself this weekend. We've got a big game against Leicester Tigers.
Local derby.
Local derby.
Cheers, guys. Thank you so much for joining us today. Great quiz. Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Cheers.
When the game gets it right, it's pure delight. This is what's right with
What's right with football this week? Elliot Baker brings us playing advantage. Play on.
Yes, when you see a ref do that.
Yeah, great.
Oh, isn't that the greatest?
Yeah. Good reffing.
That is so good.
Something's exciting's happening, isn't it? It's like this is so good we cannot stop it until VAR comes along later.
That's a good one.
They're always more animated with play on than anything else as well, when they both arms like play on while they're running.
I reckon the best things about being a ref would be either waving play on or doing like a really firm red card.
Red card.
Yeah.
Or telling a player to go away.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Away.
Oh, I don't like that.
Yeah.
See, I think the ref should have more empathy and understand the what's going on in the game. I think the red card is quite a severe thing, and they should apologise as they do it. Go, I'm sorry, mate, but you know.
I think they should do a dance while they do it.
They could get more inventive with what they draw on the pitch with the spray as well.
Yeah.
Like sign their names in the corner.
Yeah.
Each referee's got their own tag.
Yeah.
But it's when they're telling people to go away while they're walking backwards. Go away, go away, and they never go away because they're still walking backwards. And you think, stand still and see what happens. See if they just all crash into your face. Always thought, just stand still and see what happens.
Oh, do you know what I like to do as a referee is when there's been like when you're booking someone for persistent things, you're going there, you did it there, and you're pointing out the places where they did the fouls.
Yeah,
that's not like that.
Yeah. That's good.
And I like at the final whistle as well when the two linos leg it onto the pitch to stand by the ref.
Yeah,
sort of,
like a street gang.
Yeah,
strength in numbers.
We're in together.
Yeah.
All right, good. Shan Visram says, playoffs at the end of the season, you've got your guaranteed drama there.
They always deliver.
Or
I love that.
They always deliver.
I would disagree with that.
Well, I've seen being involved in a few that haven't
been
gone
burnt
well.
in the past,
Last season.
Yeah.
But they are great to watch for a neutral. They are brilliant football games, and that championship playoff final is mad. What's on the line?
Have you got one more?
Easy.
I have. Ant BFC says the Champions League theme song.
Do you know what? Yeah, because I get so bored of the repetitiveness of all the music, yet that one survives because it's classical music.
Needs a dance remix though.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
If it's not had one already.
No, I like it.
No.
I like
it's
it.
only the champions bit because the lyrics, as we know, are absolutely ridiculous.
I agree with it. I think that's great. Now, anything but football. This is for people who don't like football.
You've had your footy fix, now it's time to switch. It's anything but football.
As I say, this is for people who don't like football. And we've got some good question here from Poxon John, or I think that's John Poxon, said, if the world could start again, what is the first change you would make? Anyone got any?
Yeah.
I've got what I thought
it's
about.
It's a bit heavy, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's what people who don't like football. People who don't like football are heavy, Joe.
I'd have a slightly faster train line to Norwich.
That's really interesting because I think I would ban aeroplanes. Because if you get rid of aeroplanes, I think you'd solve a lot of the world's problems. I think we move too quickly around the planet. Can you imagine you go, I'm going to go to Spain? It's like, well, how are you going to get there? Boat.
Well, what about ferries then?
Yeah, well, ferries, I don't mind that because it's a commitment. If you're going to go to Spain, you've got to get on a boat. It's going to take you a day or so to get there and all that. If I want to go to America, it's going to take you 4 days or something.
Is that good, though? Isn't it good that it doesn't take 4 days to go?
No, I don't think so because that means they're not going to be flying in all the food from all around the world, which means we will have to grow more food ourselves. I haven't really thought this through.
Why didn't you walk here today? It could have taken you longer. You could have walked here.
But I'm only stipulating air travel. I'm not stipulating trains or anything else. I'm just saying I need you to make a commitment if you're going to travel somewhere.
I once got a ferry to Spain. It took 24 hours.
There you go.
It was well choppy.
Was it worth it?
It wasn't very enjoyable. Well, I got to Spain as a result of it.
Joe, what's a better way to get
See,
Spain?
there you go. So then you would think to yourself, do I want to go to Spain this week? No, I'll spend my money in Blighty. That's what
I wouldn't get back on it. It was too choppy. It was rough. Bay of Biscay. It was horrible.
Right.
I'd ban gardeners using leaf blowers and blowing the leaves into the next house.
I remember that was a big problem for you. I remember that in the
really
past.
Annoys
Had
me.
that issue. Yeah.
Oh,
really annoys me.
If we're on banning things, I'd ban those guns they use for scaffolding. You can tell when it's summer because it starts.
If I was going to ban certain guns, I don't think that'd be the one to start with.
Is this question a bit too big for us?
I think just feedback for the listeners. They should probably go in a bit lower level. Yeah. I think, what's your favourite crisp?
Hold on. I think we should ban war. Let's make it illegal and ban war and say no one's allowed to have any war.
Sounds like woke nonsense to me.
I just don't understand this. The guy asked if the world started again, and you've got rivet guns. Faster train lines.
Yeah,
I was thinking,
ferries to Spain.
Ferries to Spain. I'm thinking, all right, this is going to, like, one of us is going to go religion, and then where do we go from there? Do we? But no, leaf blowers and rivet guns. Hey.
And those shiny tenors that slip out of your pocket.
Someone's doing all right.
There you go. You know where to come if you've got problems. This podcast.
That's the end of this week's this podcast. Yeah, if you've got problems, send it in. We could do it in anything but football. We'll give you some advice. We'll be back next week with the letter L. We'll be there with L. See you next week. Bye.